Gate episode 3, and we already have the introduction of most of the main characters for the series, all in one episode. Now, I'm not a big fan of how they did it in this episode. Overall, the episode was enjoyable. I had a really good time and we got to see a lot of development and some new story developments for the series, as well as some new villains and just a little more information about who these characters are. But the fact that you have 3 female characters from this world who are all main characters from different areas of this region, and somehow within one episode they all met up and are now traveling with our MC and the Japanese. I didn't like that. I really wanted them to spread it out a little bit more. It felt like a little bit rushed, like just in your face. Here you go, 3 characters, 3 important new characters in your face in one episode. I wasn't a fan of that, but let's talk about the characters, because I want to hear your thoughts on this. The first one that was introduced, Lele. Lele was the first one that was technically introduced, because the elf girl wasn't really introduced to like the very end. She was just seen. But okay, Lele was introduced. The girl with the blue hair, I'm not a big fan of her. Now she's a magician girl. She does magic. She's traveling with a pervert. Her master also does magic. He's like a Master Roshi from Dragon Ball Super, except in Gate he's a magician. So this guy's hilarious. I love him. But Lele, she's basically like Inaho, or female Inaho, which is the girl I call from Classroom Crisis. Whereas their personality is very robotic in a way. Like they're just very serious, very honest, just moving straight, almost no emotion. But the difference is that unlike those characters from those anime shows, this girl, her voice just doesn't seem to match the role. Her voice, you can tell there's some emotion there. You can tell by the voice actress there is some emotion, especially when she was being attacked by the horse. You can definitely tell that she's human and she still has emotions. I'm not buying the whole she's serious and like it just doesn't match with the other characters. And I understand she's different than everybody else, but at the same time, as the magician girl, I want a little bit more excitement from this magician. Maybe if she was as funny as her master, I mean, that would be awesome. But overall, I'm just not a big fan of her. But moving on to the next character, this one is the one I'm excited for. Her name is Rory, and she is the one who's most interesting out of all of them for many reasons. First of all, she's one of 12 apostles. 12 apostles, and the way they were described is they were apostles to the dark god Amloy. So even though we have the emperor, okay, the emperor who had this big scheme in like episode 1 and episode 2, we finally learned that there is a bigger villain than this freaking emperor. Okay, we got this dark god Amloy. I'm not sure if we're ever gonna get to see him, but he might be the villain. He might be. So she is one of the 12 apostles spread throughout the world, and it seems like the people in this village kind of worship her. It's almost like a religion thing. So she's not evil, although her name is she's classified as a death god. She's called the death god Roroi. Roroi. Her name is Rory. Okay, Rory. That's how you want to say it, Rory. So she's classified as a death god to the dark god. Okay, and there's 12 apostles, and I'm sure they all have their own different titles. This girl wields like a giant axe. Oh man, she's epic. She is, and she's like a little girl. She's like a little girl, but she's cold. She has no emotions in terms of like you dying. She don't care, man. She'll kick your ass, and she handle all those bandits like this. She's fast. She's fierce. Damn, she's dangerous. The funny thing is though, that she has a thing for her MC and some of the other characters for the Japanese. She's a curious little girl. And when I first saw her, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's about to kill them all. Because they were going easy on her. They were like, oh, who's that little girl? Like they let their guard down just because of her looks. But luckily she's a good girl, not technically a bad person. She's just, you know, willing to kill. It's not a big deal for her. So I do like her, and I think she's gonna be one of the more fun characters and entertaining characters in terms of her relation to our MC and her interaction, and them being all like, oh my god, I'm so jealous. Oh man, it was just so funny when the guy was so jealous that she was riding on the one of the characters' laps. She was like, I want to ride. She was just casually just sitting on his lap. Oh man, it was funny. Now finally the elf, not too much about her honestly. The elf, we know that she, in the meantime, she really doesn't have any special abilities besides being sexy, being naked. But she doesn't have any special abilities. You can call her the dumb blonde if you want, but no, I do think that she will have some sort of powers that will be revealed later. But in the meantime, she's kind of just a victim of the village, being the only survivor from that village. And I do think we're gonna get to see some special abilities, something she's gonna contribute to the team besides just being smart, okay? Now moving on, the dragon in this episode, bam. Okay, so I wasn't liking the CGI, but I'll make an exception for the dragon because there were some parts where the dragon just looked freaking epic. I mean, this dragon just looked badass, humongous. And while the CGI isn't the best, when it came to this dragon, it wasn't bad. It was not bad, definitely better than the past CGI that we see in the other episodes. But you know, CGI, not a fan of that. This dragon is so powerful, so strong. Like bullets, even 50 caliber bullets can't pierce through his skin. Like it's incredible. This dragon ate a smaller dragon. Damn, freaking hungry. And the thing is, when he eats humans, he wants to eat more. He's just going to the other villagers, and he's gonna keep on eating and eating and eating. So this guy is forced to. You need a missile or something bigger than that to destroy him. But we do know they have weaknesses. His eyes, which, I mean, duh, if you can't see, obviously, okay? It doesn't take a genius to figure out that his eyes are part of his weakness. So, those are his weaknesses. And just the villagers being so open to getting help from the Japanese, and it just seemed a little bit unrealistic. Now, I understand that they're all humans and things like that, but yeah, I mean, you have these strangers from a completely different universe or world, parallel dimension, coming to your homeland. You just like welcome them in with open arms, and everything's cool. They learn the language really quickly. The Japanese were able to talk to people who speak a different language so quickly. Just a little bit unrealistic, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm willing to forgive that. Our MC, I love him. I mean, he's just great, man. You can hate him, you can say he don't care, and he's more focused on like this other things. But no, when it comes down to it, he cares about the people, and he's just so nice. All the girls love him, all his comrades love him. Like everybody likes him because he cares about his teammates. He cares about people, and I just think he's one of the more likable MCs that I've seen in a while. So he's nice, he's funny. I like this MC. I'm really liking this MC, and I'm sure you guys are too. Now, in terms of what's coming up ahead, we have the cast all in one episode, and they're all together now. They're traveling together with some kids, so that's something to watch out for, because whenever they get in danger, those kids it's hard to protect them, and you know, they might make some dumb mistakes just because they're trying to protect these kids. So that's kind of a handicapping situation for them. But overall, having two magicians, having this elf with unknown powers, the Japanese military, and a freaking death god, yeah, I'm pretty sure they'll be okay. I'm sure they got this. I'm sure they'll be able to handle anything that comes out at them. So yeah, man, this episode, I'm enjoying this almost as much as Overlord. Overlord is awesome, but the gate, yeah, it's good. Now I just hope that they don't drop the ball, and I hope that they don't just go village to village and village. No, I want some more action. I want some more enemies real soon. I want some sort of conflict, okay? So right now it's just a setup, you know, so forgive them. They're doing a little bit of setup, but within the next few episodes I want to see more. But overall, it's a very solid episode. I would give it like a 8.5 or 9 out of 10 because it was enjoyable. It was definitely not as epic as episode 1 or even episode 2, but I still had a good time watching this. And I think if you haven't already seen Gate, make sure you get your ass there and watch Gate, because I think you will enjoy it. And if you didn't, let me know in the comments below. I want to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, guys. I will see you guys later tonight. I have a few more videos to make, and of course Dragon Ball Super coming out soon. So I'll talk to you guys later. Fuck that bitch.